Welcome back to the Deep Dive, you wonderfully curious human. Today we're unearthing a topic many of you might have seen floating around online, maybe late night scrolling, maybe a sidebar ad. It's this widely promoted blood sugar supplement called GlucoTrust. Yeah, that name seems to be everywhere. Okay, let's unpack this because the claims, well, they're pretty bold. So our deep dive today is mainly looking at insights from Savage Reviews. They did this really interesting 2025 video called GlucoTrust Review, Blood Sugar Miracle or Expensive Hype. And our mission, like always, is to try and cut through that digital noise. We're going to analyze the claims, look hard at the ingredients, and really dissect the marketing, which gets kind of wild. We want to figure out if GlucoTrust is actually a genuine solution or if it's basically, like the source says, just expensive hype.
Exactly. And what's fascinating here really isn't just GlucoTrust itself. It's how these sorts of claims can spread so fast, so widely, often without much critical thought. I mean, in the health supplement world, it's crowded. There's good stuff, there's misleading stuff, and telling them apart, that's crucial. Knowing how to spot genuine help versus just, clever marketing, that's key for everyone. We're trying to pull back the curtain a bit today.
Absolutely. So let's start with the big promises. What is this little GlucoTrust capsule actually claiming to do? According to all the ads, quite a lot apparently. It's pitched as this multi-tool, right? Balancing blood sugar, helping you sleep better, promoting weight loss. And all for, get this, $69 a bottle. My first thought, honestly, mirrored the source. Really? All that from one pill? It sounds ambitious.
It does. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, well, that's a common playbook. Lots of supplements try to be the all-in-one fix. It's appealing, right? People want simple answers for complex problems like blood sugar, sleep, weight. But yeah, like you said, it immediately makes you wonder, when one product claims to fix all these different things at once, you've really got to scrutinize the evidence behind it. Often, the broader the claim, the weaker the proof.
It's definitely asking a lot from one little pill. Which brings us to the obvious next question. What's actually inside these things? What's the magic formula? This is where it gets really interesting, looking under the hood, so to speak. What did we find in the ingredient list?
Well, the list itself is quite revealing. It kind of tells a story. There are a few main things. First up, Gymnema sylvestre.
Gymnema. Okay, how do you spell that one?
It's Gymema-sylvestre. And to be fair, this one is interesting. It's used in traditional medicine, and there are actual studies suggesting it might help reduce sugar absorption, maybe even make sweet things taste less sweet. Could help with cravings. So there's, a basis in research and history there, some legitimacy.
Okay, so one ingredient with some backing. What else?
Right. But then you look at the rest. Chromium, biotin, manganese. Now, chromium gets pushed hard sometimes for blood sugar and insulin sensitivity, but the actual evidence for it making a big difference in, say, healthy people or those already managing their condition, it's pretty weak or inconsistent beyond just basic nutrition. And biotin, manganese, yeah, they're essential nutrients. We need them. But are they miracle workers for complex blood sugar issues beyond just fulfilling basic needs? Probably not at the level they're implying. So you're basically getting some standard micronutrients, maybe a mild herbal component, but it's wrapped up in these grand promises.
So it sounds like mostly stuff you'd find in a decent multivitamin, plus that one herb, Gymnema sylvestre.
Pretty much, yeah. A multivitamin with herbal extras.
Which makes that price tag even more startling. Savage Reviews pointed out you could get these common ingredients separately at a pharmacy for maybe $10. Compared to $69 for GlucoTrust, that's a huge difference. Nearly 7 times the price for basically the same stuff. Hard to ignore.
Absolutely. That price gap versus the actual cost and availability of the ingredients, that's a major red flag about where the money's going. It strongly suggests that a big chunk of that $69 isn't for groundbreaking science or rare ingredients. It's paying for something else.
And that something else seems to be the marketing. This is where, as you said, the rabbit hole got weird fast. It's not just selling a product. It's this whole performance. Savage Reviews called it pure snake oil theater. Like, try finding the official website. The source described this whole parade doing synchronized swimming of different sites, all pretending to be the real deal. It's confusing on purpose.
It is confusing, yeah. And it really brings up serious questions about transparency, doesn't it? Especially with health products, where trust is everything. Our source dug into the kinds of tactics used, and they go way beyond just puffery. We're talking about Fake doctor endorsements?
Right, not just the celebrities saying they like it.
No, much more manipulative. Using people who look like doctors, maybe AI-generated faces, maybe vague credentials,
Mhm.
just putting someone in a white coat to trigger that sense of authority, even if they have zero relevant expertise.
Wow. What else?
Then you've got the made-up testimonials. These aren't just happy customer quotes. They're often completely fabricated stories. They usually follow a script. Terrible problem, tried everything. Then GlucoTrust provides this instant, dramatic, often unbelievable cure, usually paired with stock photos. It's designed to hit you emotionally, bypass critical thinking.
Yeah, you see those everywhere.
But maybe the most, let's say, creative tactic they found, these fake scam warnings that are actually just more sales pages for GlucoTrust.
Wait, what? How does that work?
It's wild. The source called it Inception Supplement Scam Edition. They basically set up websites or ads that warn you about GlucoTrust scams, only to then claim their link is the only safe place to buy the real GlucoTrust. They create fear about scams to funnel you right into their own sales page.
That's incredibly sneaky, using your awareness of scams against you.
Deeply manipulative, yeah. It creates this loop where you think you're being careful, but you're just being led further in.
Inception Supplement Scam Edition, that really captures it. So wild. And speaking of bold claims, the one about sleep really jumped out at me. GlucoTrust apparently claims it will knock you out better than melatonin. That's quite a statement against a well-known sleep aid.
It is a very bold claim, and clever in a way because it links two common concerns: sleep and blood sugar. The marketing explanation is sort of simplified. High cortisol, the stress hormone, keeps you awake and spikes blood sugar. So the idea is this magic pill lowers cortisol, fixing both problems at once. Better sleep, balanced blood sugar. Boom.
Ah, the magic bullet approach.
Exactly. Our source nailed it. Major one weird trick vibes. It oversimplifies complex body processes. The notion that one simple supplement can perfectly regulate both sleep cycles and blood sugar by just targeting cortisol? Well, biology is rarely that simple. It should definitely make you skeptical.
One weird trick vibes indeed. Always a sign to dig deeper. And that brings us to something really critical to health warnings. Savage Reviews was emphatic about this, and we need to be too. They stressed, look, if you have diabetes, this is not medication replacement. That's huge.
Absolutely vital. Messing around with diabetes management based on supplement ads can have serious, dangerous consequences. And it's not just one reviewer saying this. The source pointed out that the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, they literally warn about supplements making these claims.
So the official bodies are aware of this type of thing.
Oh, yeah. The FTC knows these kinds of unproven health claims can lead people to delay or ditch proper medical care. It's a real concern. As the source put it, and we absolutely agree, don't mess with your health over their ads. Knowledge is power, especially health knowledge. And using that knowledge here means trusting your doctor and proven treatments over slick marketing every single time. The stakes are just too high.
That's such an important point. So let's bring it all together. We've got the big claims, the kind of underwhelming ingredients, the crazy marketing. What's the bottom line? What's the verdict on GlucoTrust from this deep dive?
Well, based on the Savage Reviews analysis, the verdict is pretty straightforward. GlucoTrust seems to be expensive hope in a bottle. The ingredients themselves, as we said, likely not dangerous if used right, but they're just not revolutionary either. They're common, they're available everywhere, and crucially, for way, way less money.
So not worth the $69 price tag.
Doesn't seem like it. But beyond just saying don't buy it, we should offer alternatives, right? So for you listening, if sleep is the issue, instead of the $69 bottle, you could buy actual melatonin, magnesium, and a quality sleep mask. Probably get better results, cost you a lot less, and there's no shadowy supplement empire involved, just straightforward stuff.
Makes sense. And for blood sugar support.
Similarly, if you're looking for natural support alongside proper medical care, the sensible advice is buy the ingredients separately for a fraction of the cost. Focus on things with some real research, like maybe Gymnema sylvestra, at steady doses. But the absolute most important advice, echoing the source, save your money, and number one, absolutely talk to your doctor before taking any new supplement, especially for serious conditions.
Expensive hope in a bottle. That really sticks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This whole dive just highlights again how vital skepticism and research are, especially when health claims sound maybe a bit too perfect. From the big promises to the common ingredients to the incredibly deceptive marketing. GlucoTrust really is a case study. So what does this all mean for you? It means being informed, being empowered, making choices that actually benefit your health and your wallet.
Yeah, and maybe one final thought to leave you with, going beyond just this one product, beyond just checking ingredients or prices, what responsibility do we have as consumers to really push back against marketing that's built to deceive? And how do we get better at arming ourselves? How do we make truly informed health decisions in a market that's just so full of noise and manipulation? It's about developing that critical filter, and
Yeah.
applying it to everything you see advertised.